My goodness, what a great crowd, 37, 38 or more on a 10:30 Eastern time on April 16th of 25. Happy Easter to you, friends. We are super excited about this company called TEXIT. And let's see here. I need to go all the way back to the beginning. I was practicing and good Lord, look, done fouled up. I want to hit that and go here and enlarge this. So yeah, super excited to be with you. We are getting the band back together. Many of us have been in the crypto space of this direct sales industry for a decade or so and learned a lot of things along the way. So why Texit, Carl? Well, I'm glad you asked. Some of the things I've learned and got some knee scrapes and elbow scrapes and bumps and bruises along the way. Uh, so we're going to do things a little differently, and that's why my yes was on the table. Thank you to Ed Haas for your persistence. So we're based on U.S. soil. We don't have to tell people we live in another country using a VPN. Anything that offers guarantees of 1 or 2% each and every day or more. To me, I say no, thank you, because those didn't seem to work out in the past. And expecting different results is, they call it insanity. So that's a no thank you for me. This is already liquid and trading on two platforms, Bitmark and Dex Trade. Thus, you could receive and mine coins tonight and click a button and sell a little bit later, or click a button and sell them the next day. So yes, we learned where things was locked up in the past and weren't liquid. We may have woken up any given day and our account would be empty. So favorable regulations on cryptocurrencies here on US soil where they weren't in the past. This is mining of TEXIT Coin. I like to call it kind of our own printing press. Much paid advertising, which is a great thing. We don't have to be hush hush and whisper. We can be loud and proud and stand tall. And we'll show you some of that advertising. We're on 75 billboards. We'll talk about that a little bit. And how about someone else custodian our assets only to wake up to an infamous rug pull and have zero there and doors padlocked? We custodian our own assets with this as we receive a cold storage coin from Bobby Gray at TEXIT with this mining capacity. So thus very safe, and we hold it in our own possession. Retailers are already accepting TEXIT Coin and more to grow over time. The transparency is off the charts. And friends, if you haven't seen yet our founder, Bobby Gray's resume, it's just 8 minutes long. I highly encourage you to watch that. And I believe you'll be as encouraged as myself. Coin's trading right around 48 cents. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a few moments. So great potential of price appreciation over time. Our infamous disclaimer: this is not financial advice, friends. I did shelf my license in the financial world a good while back. So this is solely for information purposes only. So what is mining? Okay, so we think of going and finding gold and silver. We got to take a pickaxe and a helmet with a light on it and go dig down in the mine and find it. With cryptocurrencies, it's in the computer realm, as you can see up in the right. This is a mining farm where as these computers solve mathematical equations and they help verify transactions, thus the rewards are more cryptocurrency. That is known as mining. So what is our goal with TEXIT? Look up in the upper left. Our actual goal is to be the largest decentralized, yes, decentralized crypto operation or organization in the world within the next 18 months. We are crowdfunding this organization to grow the mining base. It's going to take 137 years to mine completely out all the coins, 353 million to be exact. There's approximately 38 million that have been mined thus far, thus keeping the demand way out in front of the supply, thus growth potential of the coin. And we'll talk about that in a moment. So what's phase one? You can see right here in the center at the top is the mining GPUs, if you will, that we use at this point. We went to the facility in McKinney, Texas. Another one's coming on board soon in Victoria, Texas. And the third one in Gonzales, Texas. We'll have these spread throughout the state of Texas as it is TEXIT Coin. Phase two will be in the bottom, and we've already secured deposits on several of these shipping containers, which to the tune of about $52,000. They'll house up to 200 of these large computers inside of them, so very safe and secure. We'll have 35 of those spread out around the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex to keep it totally decentralized. And then lastly, in about 2,000 homes throughout Texas, we'll have this small unit where those that utilize it will be compensated as we can mine two other coins with these units, Doge and Litecoin, since we are a clone of Litecoin blockchain, and that would be somebody that lives in Texas, and you receive those coins that would far surpass the cost of extra mining or of electricity, shall I say. This page right here keeps me awake at night and juices my train. Coming from the financial world, as you can see, this is coinmarketcap.com, and which lists all the cryptocurrencies and some of their stats. Back in October of 24, TEXIT Coin was around 6 cents. Just well, today actually it went a little over 50 cents, but this slide shows 48 cents, up 700% in just 7 months, friends. Let me put that in perspective if you hadn't heard this thus far. 700%. When I was an investment advisor with A.G. Edwards, we would shoot for getting you approximately 12% a year in returns. Well, let's say we knocked it out of the park and got 20% a year, year over year. Friends, it would take 35 years to get 700% return, which TEXIT Coin, by the way, has accomplished in just the last 7 months. You can see on the right, the market capitalization now is over 18 million and about 38 million coins. So this slide is 4 or 5 days old. Trust but verify. Here is DEX trade, and I need to update it as well, but at 48 cents. So it trades on the two platforms. You can buy and sell as much as you wish, receive your coins and sell them the next day for liquidity if you so choose. Here's the cold storage coin that you receive with your account, and I've purchased 4 accounts, so those are the 4 coins there. You get a really nice high gloss magazine inclusive with it, with kind of the mission statement, etc. So top notch, something you could be very proud of presenting. And when you purchase your mining capacity, you receive this in the mail a few short days later. As I mentioned, paid for advertising. We're on 75 billboards across the state of Texas thus far. In the bottom right, this is right above a baggage claim in the Austin airport. So we're advertising there. We'll be in DFW airport soon. Radio spots, TV ads are coming, and Bobby's even willing to wrap some vehicles and even pay an advertising fee. And of course, right now that's on hold because there was 200 or 300 applications for that a couple of weeks ago when he announced. So it's going to be to those in Texas first, and then maybe you and I in other states will have the opportunity to receive funds as a advertising fee for wrapping our vehicle. Uh, as I mentioned, some restaurants and facilities are already accepting it and growing. I also mentioned that the transparency is off the chart. I'm going to let you look at a couple of those slides for a half a moment while I rehydrate. Up in the upper left is a pie chart with every nickel that comes into the company and how it goes out. We're a little over 6 million of revenue since last March. So, a decent little pace, but it's starting to grow. Some folks are starting to hear about us. There's just 3,000 folks in the fold at this point, and we're capping it at 1 million seats on the rocket ship, if you will. But each and every day, it shows how many TEXIT coins was shared. As I mentioned, it's a crowd fund, so we all share equivalently depending on the hash power that you've purchased or that you've accumulated via direct sales, etc. In the bottom, I mean, it flat out shows how much revenue we took in versus how much commissions is paid out as well. So very, very transparent. Here's a neat little slide on the left. You can see one of my accounts has 600 hash power in it. So you can see all down the right of that left picture, 55, 53, 53, 59. Those are the coin rewards for that day. We're averaging about 8.8 to 9 coins per day per 100 hash power right now. And then there's an app, a free app, Blockchain Mint, where you can scan your coin and load it onto that app, and then it keeps track. And when coins are deposited each and every night, it'll keep a tally for you, how many coins you have in a certain account, and then the account valuation as well, to keep it all in one quick, easy place versus having to go to 4 different accounts back office. As I mentioned, trust but verify. We went there. I wanted to see with my own eyes the facility. And let me tell you, no pun intended, maybe pun intended, but these miners are really cool. Now, what that is that is liquid mineral oil that those miners are resting in. Because Lord knows, friend, Texas gets hot. I actually heard that already this past Sunday, Dallas was 95 degrees, and it's middle of April. So these are self-cooling with the L9s and the L7s, which that's way above my pay grade on what kind of GPU that is and such. But we went there, we saw it. There's Bobby in the picture with Dan and Greg and myself. Spent 3.5, almost 4 hours at his home. And this facility is on his back 40. In the bottom, this is just one of 3 physical offices throughout the state of Texas. So really real and transparent. How many crypto companies have we been with that actually has had a few different offices across the United States of America or in one state like this? All right, so that was quick and easy on the product itself. I believe we have to be passionate about a product before we can get passionate about potentially earnings and commissions, etc. And I'm just going to assume that almost 11 p.m. Eastern time, if you're on this call tonight, I'm assuming you probably want to earn an extra $1 or 3 by sharing the story. So real quick, super simple. The direct sale bonus is basically 1, 2 free, we call it. What it is every 3 personals that you do, you get 1 free miner. Now, in the first month, if you do this and accomplish this in your first 30 days, you get a second miner free. So 200 additional hash power you receive. One miner costs $1,000. It's 100 hash power of computing. And so a binary team is 1 miner equals $1,000. So that's 1 point. So when we have 3 points on a left team and 3 points on a right team, we receive a cycle bonus of $1,000. 6 points right, 6 points left, $2,000. And the cap of the company salary cap is 9 points right, 9 points left, $3,000. Friends, many are winning with this already. I can tell you there's many already on this call in one short week are already capping the comp plan, and that's $156,000. And we're talking an hour or two a week, 2 or 3 hours at the most. So there's great earnings potential, and we can get a little creative to potentially earn more as well. But we'll get with the person who invited you, and we can share some of that information. Now, it's crypto in, crypto out. When you and I started 10 years ago, none of these companies really communicated with our own bank. Now it's easy peasy to where you can get on Coinbase or Kraken, PayPal, Venmo, and other places and buy cryptocurrency, so you can make a deposit with your checking account. And I like crypto.com. So I've got my checking account linked to crypto.com. I can click a button and send funds into crypto.com, convert it to USDC, send it to TEXIT Coin, and we fund an account in no time. And then the same way, once we sell TEXIT Coin, we click a button and put it right back in crypto.com and then right to our checking account. So it's super easy. Don't let the evil one get in your head thinking that it's too confusing, because we never did know how a bike really rode until we got on it and rode it. And let me tell you, it is easy once we get on that bike. Here's one thing that many used to say, well, I can't use that Bitcoin to buy anything or this, that, and the other. Well, now you really don't want to buy a Starbucks coffee with Bitcoin, because when I was doing that back in 15 and 16 and showing folks that, I was really buying them a $500 cup of coffee with the appreciation of Bitcoin. And so now it's more a store of value like gold and silver. So it's not really used to buy and sell things as much as people initially thought. However, TEXIT Coin will be more of a currency to use at retailers. Even if not, I want to encourage, because a lot of folks have said, well, I just can't use it to sell anywhere. Well, I said, well, can you tell me where you're able to buy anything with your NVIDIA stock? And they're like, never really thought of that. No, you can't go buy a car. You can't go to Walmart and buy groceries. You can't go anywhere with NVIDIA stock. What do you have to do? You have to click one button and convert it and get it back into your checking account. So read this here on the right if you haven't already, but this is one of our members that last week went to lunch with a skeptical buddy, and this gentleman sold $100 worth of TEXIT Coin, and then he clicked another button, moved it to his Coinbase account where it was tied to his Coinbase debit card, and then he bought their barbecue lunch with that Coinbase debit card in the time. Now, so if you sell NVIDIA stock, it's T+1. So the next day, and then it's another day to get it back to your checking account. So he had this in his Coinbase account and used it and spent it inside of 30 minutes. So there's more than one way to skin a cat. All right, so let's bring this puppy in for a landing. Are we a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme? No, and heck no. So a pyramid scheme is, normally, most businesses are set up in this kind of format, but pyramids actually reside in Egypt. But a lot of companies at the very top, it's the 2% that earn and 98% work their tail off and don't really reap the rewards. Well, as I mentioned already, 4, 5, 6 of our friends have come in their first week or 2 or 3, have maxed out the compensation plan in earning exactly what somebody that's been here the whole year that TEXIT Coin's been open. So it is no way, shape, form, or fashion a pyramid scheme. Ponzi scheme, no, because we don't have large entry fees. We hold our own asset, friends. If you hold your own assets, it's impossible to be a Ponzi scheme, especially if it's tradable right now. So I can take my TEXIT coins and sell. So it can't be a Ponzi scheme. Remember, Ponzi schemes are when Bernie Madoff would send you a statement saying your account value is worth 280,000. Oh, I want to sell some. No, don't sell it yet, John. Don't sell it yet. You need to keep it a while longer. And as new money come in, he would maybe pay John out some of his money. That's a Ponzi scheme. We hold our assets. We can sell them right now. So it's no and no. I just wanted to get that 6,000-pound elephant out of the room for you, give you some peace of mind. And Thomas, I believe that easy and peasy. And I'm going to invite folks just to get back with whom invited them to this amazing opportunity. Put your yes on the table and let's mine some TEXIT coin together. Share this with all whom will listen. And I pray blessings over your home and happy Easter to all.